So she was rolling the airplane left and right, no problem, holding altitude. I was like, well, let's break this up into a 4-point roll. I've been flying since I was a toddler as well. My dad taught me how to fly, so I wanted to introduce the same thing to my kids. So I started them young, 6 months. They've been flying around in our Comanche and stuff and getting used to just flying.
Probably when I was with our Comanche and I'd walk around the plane and do all the inspections, like checking all the tires.
And I ended up buying a Christian Eagle. So that was my biplane for aerobatics. And my daughter just turned 4, and on her 4th birthday, she wanted to go fly in the Christian Eagle. And I'm like, okay, so how do I get a 4-year-old in the cockpit of the Christian Eagle safely? Because now that with a tandem aircraft, she's in the front. I can't be there for her if something goes wrong or if we have an issue or she gets scared and panics or something. I'm not by her side because she's literally in the front by herself. So we strapped on a parachute, got her buckled in, got the cushions, and strapped her in, and we took her for her first flight. And I was like, let's just make this flight real quick. I took her around the lap in the pattern to see how she'll do, and she loved it. So we went back up and did some more pattern work. And I was like, okay, we're doing good. She's strong. Typically you throw a 4-year-old in a cockpit and you close the canopy and they don't see anybody. They start crying and freaking out, but she was totally opposite. So her name's Amelia, so you can guess where we're going with that. So 2 or 3 months into going flying, I was like, all right, let's give her the controls and see what happens. So I gave her the stick controls. She was really good at understanding commands. Even at the age of 2, I told her commands and she was able to concept. So I took her up in the Eagle. We got up the altitude, gave her the controls in the back seat. I was hands off. I was like, give me a left turn. She gave me a left turn. Give me a right turn, right turn. Let's go up. Let's go down. That was good. And then we were like, all right, let's go ahead. I'll show you a roll. I rolled it for her. And I was like, okay. So she can't reach the rudder pedal, so we're just using elevators and ailerons to control this roll. So she'll pitch up about 30 degrees and then just go full hard right and roll the aircraft, looking outside for the horizon to stop it. So she was rolling the airplane left and right, no problem, holding altitude. I was like, well, let's break this up into a 4-point roll. So since she's 4 years old, let's do a 4-point roll. So I taught her how to break it up into 4 sections, and she used the timing, and she was able to perfect the 4-point roll at the age of 4. And I think that was in 2017. We took her out to Oshkosh, and she was kind of known over there for 4 years, 4 rolls, 4-point rolls. So
I wanted to fly because he actually got the plane before my birthday, and he said you can fly it when you're 4 years old. So I've always been wanting to do it ever since it was my 4th birthday.
And then every year we just kind of progressed, and when she turned 8, she mastered the 8-point roll.
We started doing it more at 5 years old is when we actually started doing aerobatics. And it was super cool. And then for my 8th birthday, because we do it 1 roll every year, for how old I turn, we do every roll for each year. So when I turned 8, I did an 8-point roll and eight rolls. So it was super fun, honestly. I love doing it because my birthday's in August, the hottest day of the year. So it's just a perfect time because if you do it in the morning, it's perfect temperature in Vegas.
So we just kind of kept playing around like that. So that was probably one of my joys. I didn't expect a 4-year-old to be so energetic and take controls and be able to comprehend and listen to directions so well, which was amazing for her. She was easy to teach because she's like a sponge. She was able to absorb all that information. I would teach her, and I could tell her to go left, go right, pull up, pull back. Then we just started kind of breaking it down, checking airspeed, checking altitude, and just started working the maneuvers for her. And she's still flying us with it now.
My favorite plane to fly, probably the Christian Eagle. That's probably the most fun to fly. Can't touch the rudders yet, but getting close.
Like today, I had her, Tuesday when we flew the PC-12 in, I had her fly the PC-12, and we took from takeoff to cruising altitude, no autopilot, just follow the flight director. She took it all the way up there. So now we currently have her flying in a light sport. She can reach the rudder pedals. She's basically, if she could be the right age to solo, she'd be ready to solo already at the age of 11.
We were taking off from our airport, and we forgot to put the cap on the gas cup. So fuel came all over the canopy and me because I was in the front. So like I was just drenched with fuel everywhere. But thankfully, I don't mind the smell of fuel because like I actually like the smell of fuel, so it didn't mind me that much. But I thought that was super crazy because it like turned into like water everywhere. So I think that was kind of scary for a minute because like, I was only like 6 years old at the time. We actually go to the Nellis Air Force show like every 2 years. And we went one year and I was in my flight suit because I actually used to have a flight suit of the Thunderbirds. And I met Mace Michelle Current because like I always wanted to meet her. And at that time, she was actually really new. She was the sixth, the opposing solo. And later that year, I went to a show, the Kelly Clarkson show, for that reason, and she surprised me at the show. And then I got to spend a whole day with her at the base from like 6 a.m. to morning briefing to afternoon briefing. It was like super, super fun. I actually have 2 planes that had my name on it. When we went to had the day with the Thunderbirds, they put my name on a jet, and I got to take a picture with that. And then one of my friends actually gave me a free plane, a Smith Mini, and we're working on that right now.